Welcome to Empathy and Moral Judgment, the podcast where we dive into literature to explore the difficult but vital questions of how we treat one another. Today, we're kicking off our series with a look at Harper Lee's classic novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. We'll be discussing the core idea of understanding before judging through the lens of the novel's first 5 chapters. I'm your host, Note, and I'm joined by our incredible panel, Muji, Satang, and Bobby. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you, Note. I'm very excited and appreciated that I will get to know and dive into a deeper theme of the book today.
I'm happy to be here. I think these early characters are so crucial to understanding the novel as a whole.
It's a book that's still relevant, and I'm looking forward to connecting some of this lesson to what we see in the world today.
Fantastic. Let's start with the central theme of our episode, the idea of empathy as the basis for moral judgment. Muji, how does Lee set this up for us in the very beginning of the novel?
I would say for the first 5 chapters, they had set the scene in the Mekong, and they tried to introduce readers to the Finch family's worldview, which is their point of view to the world, to the city, and to the people. And this town is kind of like have the strict codes and judgments about people, how they think about people is kind of like very strong mindset that is kind of hard to change. And Lee, the writer, tried to explain this and show us how these judgments are formed, and it has formed often without any real understanding about people. So the story of Boo Radley, That Man in the House, is the perfect example of this. And the kids have all this imagination, have all this mind, because it is a pure judgment. It didn't come from the real understanding or the fact or empathy. It comes from fear and rumor.
Boo?
Miss Jean Louise, Mr. Arthur Radley.
That's a great point. And Satang, this leads us directly to one of the most important moments in the book, when Atticus gives his famous speech about empathy to Scout. Can you walk us through that scene in chapter 3?
Of course, this scene comes right after when Scout has a disaster first day of school. She gets into a fight with Walter Cunningham, and when she gets home, Atticus pulls her aside and gave her a lesson. He told her that you will never really understand someone's point until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. So Atticus isn't just saying be nice, that he's giving her a concrete method for achieving fairness. This is his core philosophy, and he's instilling it in for Scout at the beginning.
I think that's why that line resonates so much with people. Bobby, what's your take on it?
It's so simple yet so profound. You can apply it to so many situations in your life, not just in a book. It's not just about seeing something from another perspective, but inhabiting that experience, even for a moment. It's the difference between a quick, harsh judgment and a thoughtful, passionate one.
The contrast between that lesson and the immediate scene with Walter Cunningham is so powerful. Muji, what does that lunch scene show us about the consequences of a lack of empathy?
Well, it is a textbook example. Scout sees a boy pouring syrup on his food and immediately thinks it's disgusting. She doesn't have the life experience to understand why is he doing it. That his family is so poor that a little treat like this is a special luxury. her judgment is based on her limited perspective as a privileged child. Then Calpurnia scolds her because she understands the social context that Scout completely misses.
What in the Sam Hill are you doing, Walt? But Atticus, he's gone and drained his dinner in syrup, and now he's pouring it all over.
Scout,
What?
come out here. I want to talk to you. That boy is your company. And if he wants to eat up that tablecloth, you let him, you hear? And if you can't act fit to eat like folks, you can just sit here and eat in the kitchen.
That's a great point. And Stan, what about Scout's reaction to Calpurnia's scolding?
It's a moment of growth for Scout too. She's shocked by Calpurnia's reaction, and it's forced her to start thinking about other people outside her own world. It's the first time she's really confronting with her own lack of understanding, which prepares her to the larger moral complexity in the novel.
Exactly. And what's the takeaway here? Bobby, why does this theme matter so much, especially in the context of the larger story?
This theme is the moral compass of the whole novel. The jury in Tom Robinson Trail lacked self-empathy. They can't climb into his skin, walk around in it, and see from his perspective. The townspeople who condemn Atticus can emphasize with his moral duty. Atticus teach Scout this lesson early on because he knows she'll need it. The book is a testament to the idea that moral judgment guided by empathy lead to fairness and kindness. Without it, you get injustice. It's a timeless lesson that we can all learn from.
He took advantage of me. And if you find fancy gentlemen ain't gonna do nothing about it, then you're just a bunch of lousy, yellow, stinking cowards. The whole bunch of you. And your fancy airs don't come to nothing. Your Mammon and your Miss May Ellen, it don't come to nothing, Mr. Finch.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Well, thank you for all those brilliant insights. But well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time as we continue our discussion of The Tale of Martin Luther.
If only could, I'd make a deal with God.